This is a 2010 Chevrolet Equinox. This is what happens when I put the original key fob that has always worked, that does control the locks. It works. Okay, I put the key in the ignition. As soon as I put it in, that's the 0. That's the 1. This is 2. Position 2. Service StabiliTrak comes on. Now, why that strikes me as odd is I recently took this battery off the car and charged it all the way up. It was down to 25% capacity. The check engine light was on, but now it's not because, of course, the codes have been cleared because I took the battery off and haven't run it since. And the first thing that comes on is service StabiliTrak. I do have the emergency brake on. This little light right here is on. I press this button and it doesn't do anything to affect that light. When I press this button, it doesn't affect that light at all. It doesn't do anything. So I clearly have power. I just charged this battery all the way up last night and it's the next morning. So this is what happens on the second position of the ignition key. Service StabiliTrak. That's the wrong date and time. Does the radio work? Yes. You know, everything checks out as far as power. But what's weird is the computer's been reset and the check engine light is off, but service StabiliTrak comes on. So my question is this, it's not starting because of something with service StabiliTrak. I turned the key to the third position to ignition and everything goes black. Everything goes black. I'm holding it into third position. I am in park. This is at position 2. All the lights come back on. Okay, what if I hold the ignition into third and then try to jiggle the gear shift is what I'm doing. I can't tell if it's recording. I have my foot on the brake and I jiggle the gear shift in the third position of the ignition and nothing happens. I take off the emergency brake. I turn the ignition to third position. You know, all the lights go out when the key's in third position. All the lights go out. Everything, all power. Well, this light is on though. All other lights are off except the air condition control. I mean, oh, okay, if I turn those on, constant on, those come on. Yeah, the interior lights come on and this comes on when I'm holding it in third position ignition. But nothing else on the radio or the dash. Okay, so I'm holding it in third position and I tried to press in this button and jiggle. Nothing happens. Okay, I let it back to second position where I'm not holding it, but it is powering up. I press the brake and I press this in and I'm able to move the gear shift. With the brakes on. Okay, with the brakes off, trying to move the gear shift. Last night I was moving the gear shift through here and the P would flash white. See, normally when you shift the gears, I guess it has to be running for the letters to turn white, but last night the P was turning white at some point, and I don't remember why. When I press the brake, there's a noise coming from in here when I press the brake. If you can hear that. Don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, let's see, what else can I say about this? Oh, in the third position, the passenger airbag light goes off. To get that off, I'm turning the ignition all the way to the third position. Okay, I just installed a new starter, and I used a power probe, and I sent 13 volts through the fuse box under the hood, removed the cover off the 30 gauge fuse, touched the power probe to the starter fuse, sent 12 volts through it, and the starter did, it did turn the starter. Of course, it didn't crank. And I guess that's all I can think of that I've diagnosed in all of my observations. Okay, and you're saying, is it the key? Maybe. Here's a different key. These are two different types of keys. This one is like a fob, and this is a aftermarket with a transponder in it. It's like a valet key or whatever. I had to have a company make a key because the other one broke, whatever. Okay, so this is position 1. This is position 2. That's with the different key. And this is position 3. Same exact thing, no matter which key I'm using. It does the same exact thing when the ignition is in third position. Same thing happens no matter what the key is. There's no problem getting the key in and out. There's no problem getting the keys in and out. These relay switches were all switched around and tested with different positions in the fuse box. I don't know how to send power through these with a power probe. I don't have a little ring thing that you could put around this and then plug it in and send power to it, but I could get one, I guess. Fuses have been checked. Relays have been checked. A mechanic who lives next door to me said that the hot wire leading from inside the car to the starter is not receiving power. He checked it with a probe tool. He said the hot wire from the car to the starter is not receiving power. But like I said, I did use the power probe on the starter fuse in the fuse box, sent 12 volts, and the starter has turned. Okay, thank you.